Hello everybody and welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. It is mildly cooler today. Mildly. To reunite with his crew, the sea dogs would surely be sunk with the beloved captain. He sent us some pirate booty. And from Miranda. Thinking of you, Steven. So for a walk on the beach just now, and I remembered a funny thing you said once. Made me smile all over again. Well, you should know that. So I sent you this note. Never change. Aww. That is very sweet. Gulliver gave us a sideways pirate barrel. So a barrel. It's just a barrel. That's... This beach is getting so cluttered with stuff. It's just a barrel. Okay. I'm not gonna question him. He is the pirate here. So, I mean, who am I to question it? Viva! Zoops! So, I've written to you. What's the latest? Enjoyed the evening, girlfriend? Me too. Nights get me hyped. That was very fair. Yep, got a fossil in Caroline's yard. Yeah, I do actually have something to kind of ramble about. And it's relevant to the platform you're watching this on. YouTube changed their frickin' homepage again. I hate it. It's 3 videos wide. I hate it. Cashew, make yourself comfy, Peanut. Let's talk. Today's Saturday, which means Happy Home Academy will be evaluating our homes tomorrow morning. Oh, trying to resist the urge to do a bunch of last-minute redecorating. And that's fair. I'm probably not going to do any redecorating to my home. Because, like, I don't really need to. So, I'm just not gonna do it. Now, what I do need to do is do a quick jump cut right here. So, if you're back, okay, I'm back. Said to reply to a Discord message really quick. Also refill my water. Yeah, I really do not understand why YouTube's changing their layout again. They had one that was alright. It wasn't great, but it was alright. Oh my god. Ah. Like, honestly, the thing that they needed to do was make, you know, getting rid of shorts and playables and you know, stuff like that. News. Make getting rid of that stuff permanent when you choose to do it, until you choose to turn it back on under a different setting. That would have been great. That would have been an improvement. But now we still have all that stuff, except now everything is only 3 videos wide. It's showing far fewer videos than it did before. And like, I don't understand. Like, it kind of repulses me from using their website. So like, I don't really get what they're doing. It doesn't make sense. How is this what people want? The only thing I can think of is that, and I've not paid enough attention to mobile to really know, is that maybe that's the mobile UI just being forced onto desktop users. But I don't know. What I do know is I have a hair bug in my face. Steven, hi there, my fabulous bestie. Let's chat. I love being outside when the weather's like this. We need to have a picnic sometime. I mean, yeah. I've actually thought of doing that. Like, just getting some snacks and stuff and just, like, going to the park, sitting down, having a picnic. Just a thought I've had. Would be kind of nice. On a day that it's not stupidly hot. yeah, I'm still just trying to wrap my head around it. And I'm going to imagine that probably mostly all of you watching also hate it. And I love how making fun of or complaining about the YouTube UI changing and being dumb is one of those things that, as long as I don't get too specific about it, will always be relevant, because YouTube always be changing in the worst ways. Like, there are some changes I get, like when they initially changed the video player. That I get. They needed to change it because the old one simply could not do resolutions above 360, I think it was. Like, it just couldn't really do high definition. So they needed to change it. And that's fair. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Having a video player that I can, expand out is pretty cool. So glad to be outdoors. If you join me here. Yeah, I can do that. Oh. But like, I kind of liked that change. And there's definitely been some changes they've done that are good. But then there's like, getting rid of the star rating system. Replacing it with just thumbs up, thumbs down. Which on paper still accomplishes the same thing. And then they get rid of the thumbs down. Making, for outside of algorithm purposes, likes and dislikes worthless. Unless you're using a plugin to still see likes and dislikes. And even then, you're only seeing dislikes from other people who use that plugin. So, you're still not getting the full picture. The beauty to the stars was that, you could see a video be like 4.5 stars. And you'd be like, probably a pretty cool video then. You'd then see a video that's like 1 star, obvious clickbait title and thumbnail, and be like, yeah, that clickbait. And you could just avoid it. These days, you can't. That clickbait is gonna get a lot more views because people aren't able to show that it's not a good video and it's clickbait. There's also undoubtedly, and this is something I want to pose to you guys. How often, if you've been using YouTube long enough to use the star system, how often have you just not thumbs up or thumbs down a video because you thought it was somewhere in the middle? Like, you didn't, basically you didn't 5-star it, but you didn't think it was 5-star, but you didn't think it was 1 star either. And would you have rated it, say, 3 stars in the past? Or 4 stars? Or 2 stars? Because I know for just myself, yeah, I would have in the past done a, 3-star rating. Or a 4-star rating. Or a 2-star rating. Over a 1 or 5. It's pretty rare I went 1 or 5. Video had to be pretty cool for me to 5-star it, and had to be really bad for me to 1-star it. To whoever finds this, I had a dream I was eating something delicious. So as soon as I woke up, I wrote down the recipe. I wanted to get my idea out into the world, so I put it in this bottle. I'd be happy if you'd make use of it. Best wishes, Ava. That. I already know how to make of that. Alright. Cool. No idea what that is. But I really wish that YouTube would just find a design and stick with it. As much hate as it got, what they changed away from for the homepage, the biggest complaint people had with it outside of not being able to permanently make playables go away, and, you know, the extra categories go away. The biggest complaint I ever saw anyone have with it was videos autoplaying and counting that as a view. Well, they changed that. It doesn't do that anymore. You can turn that off. Nah. Keep my shoes. Yeah, I might actually swap over to these. Why not? Wait. Yeah, these ones. Didn't see them right away. I got some big feet now. I mean, I do got some big feet, so. What you're thinking? Why is Sable working every Saturday? I actually get the most done on Saturdays. I like feeling productive when everyone else is resting. Pop always told me stitching overtime can save your spines. That is fair. Like, yeah, it's just weird that YouTube continues to change things when they just don't need to. Kala! It's nice you stopped by, but I'm kind of preoccupied just now. What you making? Currently crafting a tiny library. Just see how I do at it. Gonna learn by doing. Totally obsessed with it. Yeah, I already know how to make a tiny library. My hair's bugging my eye. I'm not surprised. You never fail to impress. You must know a do-it-yourselfer out there who wants to learn to make a tiny library. Why don't I give this recipe to you to pass on to someone who can use it? Alright, I can do that. Well, I can pass it on to the Nooklings, and they can sell it to somebody who can use it. Maybe. Maybe they want to learn it themselves. Snake. Yo, you been training, Colonel? What's latest? It's better really get some muscles glistening, Colonel. I mean, I could guess, given you'd be really sweaty. And I do joke that being really sweaty is glistening, so I mean, yeah. Man, I cannot think of anything else to ramble about. Jeez. I'm trying to think of things, but I just can't. I have tried to build a, like, kind of focused, summon deck in Magic Arena. And so far, the games I've played with it, it hasn't been bad. But I really feel only having 3 Yunas, and I can't currently craft another one, because I'm out of Mythic cards. Mythic wild cards, so. Cool greetings. Just thinking about how I wanted to see you. Let's chat. Best tasting island is Astera. Everything tastes great. Everything. It's fair, my man. It's very fair. I wouldn't know. I've not gone around and licked everything. I have no interest in going around the island and licking everything. But I can understand why you have done that, son. I can very much understand that. My eyes are heavy. I know I forgot to edit last night, and I had to kind of rush to do it when I got up. I suppose it's not that I forgot to edit last night. I forgot to edit until I was getting into bed, and at that point, I was like, you know what? I'll just do it in the morning. And then I overslept. I also forgot to put on coffee last night. I'm very good at remembering things in the heat. Like, I was just mostly focused last night on, like, not overheating. And I still did my exercise, so like, you know. That was an experience. Because like, the Chloe exercises kick my butt at the best of times. But this was doing them in extreme heat, and like, man, was my body not happy about that. I do need to figure out if something I've got ever actually expires. I don't think it will, but I want to double check before I just put it in my body. Because I have some protein powder from like quite a few years ago at this point. Oh, good evening, Stephen. Welcome to the Astera Museum. How may I be of service? Those some fossils. Oh, what would you like me to assess? I'm all aflutter. I got these. Oh, more than one I see. Let's take a closer look, shall we? Yes, indeed, quite splendid. Alas, our museum already has fossils such as these. I am indeed tempted to purchase these for my personal collection. But no, I must exercise restraint to return them to you now. Thanks, man. Might help you with anything else. I mean, you could buy them. Do you want to buy the fossils, man? Do you want them? Do you want the fossils? Do you... No? Okay. I wasn't aware he would do that. But it works. Yeah, my exercising very much kicked my butt last night. And today is a rest day, which I'm honestly, probably while I'm rendering this video, I'm probably going to, just like lift weights or something. Because like, I don't want to do the full today kind of thing. I'm going to do that tomorrow, because on the app it's 2 rest days in a row. And I'll just do 1 rest day. But I'm definitely still going to work my arms today, because a lot of the Chloe exercises really work your legs. So, oops, someone's coming in. Nook. Hey man, how's it going? Good evening, Stephen. Never had a bad cup of coffee from Brewster. It's always excellent. So he has his measurements down. That's basically what a good cup of coffee comes to, is measurements. Like, brand doesn't really matter. Measuring does. Then, if you'll excuse me. Like, that is something that, like, there's some celebrity who tells this story of, like, walking into a cafe in, I think it was New York, and ordering a coffee, and it being, like, the best cup of coffee they ever had. So they were like, no, I need to know how you made this. Like, what coffee beans are you using? What are you, like, how are you doing this? And the owner of the place took them to the back and showed them the basic coffee pot and, like, Maxwell House coffee. And then pointed out that, like, it's all down to the measurements. Like, it's basically a science. And that's basically just how it is. You have to measure your coffee properly to get a really good cup of coffee. It doesn't really matter what coffee grounds you're using, or coffee beans, or anything. As long as it's measured right, your coffee will be good. Effectively. Man, it's so freaking hot though. Ah. I don't like the heat. The heat is not good. If I knew how to say that in Japanese, I would. Let's do some fishing. So I feel like fishing. See if the fish even notices. It has noticed. I will also say I finally managed to win another game of Balatro. I've been playing the plasma deck a lot. The plasma deck can be really hit or miss. Like, extremely hit or miss. Because, like, you really need to be, like, getting a ton of chips. Like, all the chips. I got looking at the screen instead of just listening. So if you end up getting a run that's, like, giving you just a ton of mult cards, that's not helpful. Because what the, oh, a saddled biker and me without my tiny riding crop. What the plasma deck does is it takes your chips and malt and balances them. So you'll basically end up with a X times Y that is exactly the same. But it takes the number from the middle of your chips and your malt. So you basically want to build all of the chips without touching your malt, get the splash card, and then do high card every time. Because high card has the lowest mult. Two pair also works. And splash works with both, because what splash does is basically just makes every card you're playing count as score. I ended up having a run with splash, as well as a copy of, I forget the name of the Joker, but it's an uncommon that gives you 50 chips for every spade. And when I got to the 8th blind, I had the opportunity, thanks to the reroll, because I hadn't found the videotape, I had the opportunity to re-roll the boss blind. And I sat there and hummed and hawed on that for like 5-10 minutes. Because the boss blind was all cards debuffed until a Joker is sold. I had nothing I could really sell. Splash was the only thing. So I was sitting there like, I could re-roll this, but what if it rolls like all spades are disabled? I can't re-roll it again. So I sat and hummed and hawed for a while. Oh, shoot. Oh, I'm yawning so much. This game makes me sleepy. And eventually I was just like, you know what, I'll just sell Splash. And went with it. Because I still had those 2 chips on spades, and I had the bull with like $300. Actually, it was more than that. It was like $350, something like that. It was enough that the bull was giving me 700 chips on its own. Like, it was really nice. The bull being a Joker that gives you extra chips based for every dollar you have. It's 2 chips per every dollar. And it was really nice for a plasma deck. Like, that was pretty much like dream Jokers. And then I lost on like anti-10 going into endless mode. So that was a thing. I have, partially because a friend asked me if I'd played it, and I have been interested in this game. I have now given Date Everything a try. Gotta say, some of those characters are darn cute. I honestly feel like that's the kind of game I need right now, so I'm probably gonna keep playing it too. My only complaint about it is there is forced mouse acceleration. Like, that's really my only complaint. Because, like, I would love to not ever have to deal with mouse acceleration ever again. If you don't know what mouse acceleration is, it's basically when you move your mouse and then your camera starts to move really slowly at first before it then accelerates. Now, some people, and game developers both, will argue that this is done to add a sense of realism. Because you don't tend to just do that. You tend to... You accelerate into it. You don't just snap. You accelerate into it. But I don't care. It feels bad. Like, that is literally a case of counterpoint. It feels bad. And really, that's what should matter, is, you know, it feeling bad. Sea bass. Now let's talk with Rhonda while we're coming by. Steven, hey! Nice to see you. Let's talk. Let's make today our best day ever. You know, I want to sit next to Rhonda for the concert, so let's do our concert now. Who isn't that cool cat who puts the hep in my step? Steven, ready to wail? Ready for me to wail? Let's hear it. Cool, cool. Any requests? You dial up an old favorite, you can just tell me how you're feeling. I'll groove on it. I'll leave it up to you, my man. Dealer's choice, huh? Cool. I got something for you. Take a seat and we'll jam. Seat taken. Right on. Tuned up and ready to roll. It's in the mood for a little steep hill. I don't think I've ever heard steep hill. Also, I'm very much wearing this shirt again just because it feels nice to wear the shirts that I can call my progress shirts. Admittedly, sitting down, it does not fit as well as standing up. That's because my gut is all like over my hips. So. I like this. So my hair does not want to cooperate today. I don't know why I'm suddenly so tired though, jeez. Like I really should not be this tired. Maybe I will just take a full rest day from exercising. Or maybe that's why I'm so tired. My body's just like, right, well we haven't used this energy, so let's just conserve it for tomorrow. It's like, body, please. You could still use the energy to remove some fat. Like, you could do that. It'd be pretty cool if you did. Like... Well, it's like, best we can do is yawn, boss. It's like, that's not very helpful at all. I do apologize if me yawning makes any of you guys yawn. I can't help it, I'm so yawny tonight. I also find it funny how YouTube is still recommending Linus Tech Tips stuff to me. Even though, like, I haven't watched anything from them in a long time. And the last stuff I did watch was... like... I basically watched it and then removed it from my watch history and had the don't show me this again. YouTube's now like, here, have this. Because, like, man, watching LTT is just annoying. Right on, man. Look at your pockets of glance. Such a bootless shit. That was unreal. Thanks for tuning your dial my direction. Problem, man. Let's pop this in here. Oh, I've heard it this way. I just don't think I've ever... No, I've heard this from KK. I just didn't remember it. This is the one that gives me, like, Uncharted Waters vibes. Yeah. What was I on about? Oh, right. Linus Tech Tips. It's really annoying watching them and knowing that, like, regardless of what they might say, you can't trust them. Like, they're pure entertainment. And after seeing more sides of Linus Sebastian, yeah, I can't say I'm even all that entertained anymore. Like, this is a guy who is fully willing to not do a job properly as a reviewer because he went in with a preconceived bias against the product and did not disclose that. And like, yeah, I am still talking about the water block that he basically purposefully reviewed wrong because the company that makes it sent it along with a graphics card pointing out that, yeah, it is for this exact graphics card, we've sent it to you. They misplaced the graphics card and then put the cooler on the wrong graphics card and then said, well, it would always be bad because it's expensive. Meanwhile, LTT has reviewed expensive things before that serve no purpose functionally and been glowing about it. Like, I almost want to say that that was probably just Linus being mad he wasn't the first reviewer to get their hands on the product, and he wasn't allowed to keep it. Because, given everything around that water block, which I forget the company that makes it, I do apologize. Given everything we know around the reviewers who actually properly tested that water block, it did reduce the temperature of, I believe it was the RTX 4080, considerably. So you can bet if it actually did fit onto a 4090, and LTT was allowed to keep it, that Linus's review would have been positively glowing, and he would have kept it for himself. Because that very much does seem to be the case with a lot of things with LTT. If there's a cool product that comes in, it very much seems like Linus is the one that gets it, if they're allowed to keep it. And like, I don't think I could run a business like that. Like, maybe it's just me, but if I'm running a review business, we're in the business of reviewing stuff, and say, you know, let's go with tech, and let's say AMD contacts us and is like, hey, we want to send you a CPU for review. If that CPU is better than what's in my personal machine, I don't care. That CPU, if it's better than what's in one of our editing machines, is going into that when the review is done. If we're allowed to keep it. Because that will be a much better use for it. Like, Linus feels like one of those tech guys, especially given how much he has smartified his house, which ironically is a very stupid thing to do. That, like, he's just riding trends and trying to look cool for his kids' friends. Like, that seems to all be just all he's doing. And it's tiring, man. That's why I don't watch LTT anymore. Might there be something that can assist you? Donation. Marvelous. What would you like to donate? I got this. Hooty hoo. This must be a saddled biker. Now I'm mind to interest you in a few fascinating facts about your saddled biker. Yeah, tell me. Wonderful. I'd love nothing more. What a more elegant specimen you found. Or what an elegant specimen you found. The saddled biker has a look entirely its own. They have poor eyesight, so they use their fine-tuned sniffers to seek out prey. Can you imagine relying solely on your sense of smell to find food? And if one nostril became clogged, would you be able to tell how far away the scent was? And there you have it. Fascinating stuff, no? Rest assured, all donations are displayed in a timely manner. I mean, I imagine you'd still be able to tell how far away it is. Because smell, unlike sight, is more done on intensity. Like, half your nose could be blocked off, but if you smell something really intensely, you know it's close. You know, you'd still know. Meanwhile, eyesight is, well, it's perception. And intense things will still show up well, but not anywhere near as well when you only have one eye. And you also won't be able to perceive them in 3D space because you're looking at them from a 2D lens. The reason we can perceive things 3D is because we have two eyes. We're looking at things through a 3D lens because we have two cameras looking at it, basically, that aren't on top of each other. Is the best way to put it. Like, that's just kind of how eyesight works. It's kind of funky like that. But yeah, I've rambled enough today. So let's pop on over here. Gonna pop our butt back down next to Rhonda. And we're gonna have KK play us off into the end card. So with that, I thank you all very much for watching. And hopefully I shall see you back here tomorrow for more Animal Crossing New Horizons. See you all then! And now in this end card, I'd like to ask, if you liked the video, could you maybe hit the like button? And if you're not subscribed, could you maybe subscribe? It helped me out a lot. Thanks a bunch!